Do you find that sometimes your days, sometimes your weeks, sometimes certain moments in your life feel like a repeat, like the wings of a
helicopter, helicopter, paracofer, paracofer.
Today we're going to talk about landing that crusty, dusty helicopter ASAP, break the wings right now, rebuild it and give it some life, some structure, maybe upgrade it so it looks better, works better, and takes you to your destination faster than you can ever imagine. Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome to the channel where we grow, glow, and expand our soul. Sometimes being stuck on a day-to-day cycle, doing the same things over and over at the same time, this can last for weeks, days, months, even years, until one day you may realize, like right now, maybe you clicked on this video because maybe you realize that, what the heck am I even doing? I want to live a better life. I want to break this pattern. I deserve to live better than this. These patterns and cycles that we go through can be negative and something that we unconsciously create or may even consciously choose to create. Maybe they don't serve you any good. For example, maybe an example of a pattern could be every time a person tries to put you down, you just internally accept it and you don't even choose to stand up for yourself and you let them take advantage of you. Or another example of a negative pattern that doesn't serve us is maybe whenever you get presented with a really cool opportunity or experience, you just self-sabotage yourself into not getting it and then you end up regretting it, and that could be like a toxic cycle and pattern that doesn't serve you any good. So what do we do with these patterns? How do we change it? Rewriting these patterns and I guess breaking them, canceling out them, is awareness. So being aware of what is the pattern. How long has it been going on? Do you want to change it? Does it serve you good? Maybe it does serve you good, so you want to keep it. How do you react every time when it comes up? So whenever it comes up, are you acting a certain way? Are you, like, I know, like, whenever I get stressed, there's a pattern where I start scratching my skin or like really roughly. So that could be a pattern, like in moments of happiness, in moments of whenever maybe something good happens, and that's the moment where your negative pattern comes up. So when does it come up and how long has it been going for and what triggers it? And after we are aware, we can then consciously become aware and intend to change. So create a new intention that will transform pattern and cycle from now on. So I intend that I don't want to experience. I intend to feel more happy, fulfilled whenever a new opportunity comes up. I intend to always stay true to my power and myself and always stand up. So, okay, it may not be easy. Even if you set then, we'll affirm that it is easy. So once you set the pattern, you create a new story. So what is it that you actually want to experience whenever this pattern comes up? Write it down, say it out loud, persist in this new story. So what is the new story you want to create? Literally rewrite the pattern. So whenever it does come up, actually no, this is what's going to happen and this is the only thing. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. And not in my reality anymore. This is the only way it's going to come up. Whenever something cool comes up in my life, I'm going to take that. That's mine. That's for me. There's no other way around it. That's my new story. So persisting in it. And I'm not going to say it will be fully easy. It depends on how long that your pattern has been like embedded in your subconscious and how long you've been doing this pattern. It might take some time and it's okay. So don't be too hard on yourself if at first you still see this pattern coming up, and even though you are, but just keep persisting in the new story. Don't be too hard on yourself if you feel like it's not working out. Just keep that awareness and intention going, because once you set that story, that is your new story. There's no going back. There's no going back unless you want a different outcome of it. And don't react to the 3D. That's the next step. Whenever your old pattern does come up, just take a deep breath and affirm your new story. Don't give the pattern any power. Don't give your 3D any power. Just do your best and affirm. It's easy to change the pattern, and it's so easy to change the pattern. Oh my god, like my life changes so fast. It's so easy for me to get my desires. It's so natural for me to change my life. It's so natural for me to get what I want. And react in a way that your most best loving self would react. Like, think about your higher self, like your most best upgraded version of yourself. How would they react to this pattern? What would they do? They ignore it? Would they give into it? I don't think so. Would they do the opposite of what your old self would do? And finally, just let go. Trust that this new pattern is just how your reality works. There's no other way around it. It's just decide and just don't go back. So let go, and by letting go, maybe meditating to let go, you can jump around, allow like move through the energy of your pattern, whatever it is. So maybe you're gonna jump around, dance it out, like feel it out whenever it comes up in the moment, well, depending where you are, of course. Or go ahead, dance in public if you want to. Yes, I support. And just to let go, maybe you can just do like a fire ritual where on the full moon, especially, that's very powerful because that's the optimal time to let go of old habits. You can do it at any moment, of course, but on the full moon is also most optimal if you just write a letter out of all the stuff that you want to let go, habits, patterns, and then you're going to burn the paper outside safely, very safely, in a tray, in like a fireproof tray, and then like let the ashes go. So that's also a very ceremonial way, I guess, a special way to let go. So you just know in your heart, like whatever feels best for you to let go of your pattern, that's all. Like that's all there is to it. I want to share some personal pattern success stories that's the thing, I never heard someone say pattern success stories. So I had a pattern of deciding how my days are gonna go. I talked about this also in a video, in a recent video, but I decided how my days are gonna go. So no matter what happened in a day, like this pattern would just run my day. So even no matter what happened, I would say, yeah, it's okay. Yesterday was bad, so tomorrow's gonna be good. This day was bad, it's gonna be good. Like this one word is just gonna like dictated my day. And I used to do this in middle school a lot, and there was actually some part of me, like now that I think about it, some part of me actually understood that my thoughts created my reality. I wasn't consciously aware of it at that time, but some part of me knew, okay, past self knew that if I just said this is how my day is gonna go, it's gonna go that way. But it wasn't until I got tired of keeping track, honestly. I felt too lazy keeping track of all these, like, I just got tired of doing that, so I just started to let go of the pattern naturally. And also later, I started watching, like, Leora Alexandra, and then she teaches, watching one of her videos where she said she starts off, or, like, her emails where she said she starts off in the morning setting an intention for the day, and, she started saying, like, oh, like, she gave a lot of examples of, oh, you should say, like, today's going to be full of opportunity, today's going to be such a magnificent day. So then I was like, oh, why didn't I do that before? That makes it so much better. I can just decide that this is going to be a good day. So every day. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to balance out. It can always be a good day if it wants to. It doesn't matter. So I just been doing that since then. And also I've been recording good things that have been happening to me daily, which also focused my mind on good things happening. That was recent, like the good thing is focusing on good things that happened, because even though I was still setting my intention for the day, I still didn't persist in it enough for it to, I guess, feel that way. So then in like September 2020, I like started writing good things that happened to me, and that kept my mind focused. And I'm still going on that every single day. I just focus on what's good, what's happening, what's popping. Another pattern I broke was started back in kindergarten, which is so weird that I broke a pattern that I created a pattern in kindergarten, which I broke. In kindergarten, I made a really nice friend, and we were real good friends for a short amount of time till she moved away. And then after that, and literally after her making friends with her, every year after that till 5th grade, till I was like 11 or so, every friendship I had, like a good friendships that I had, they all moved away the next year. No, in 2nd grade, I had a really good friend. 1st grade, I don't really remember that much, but in 2nd grade, I had a really good friend, moved away next year. 3rd grade, I had a really good friend, moved away the next year. 4th grade, really good friend, yeah, moved away, or I just stopped being friends with them. So that was like a really like prominent pattern. Like it was really obvious actually, now that I think about it. Then in 6th grade, I did have the friend that I had in 5th grade, she also moved away, but only for a short period of time, and she actually came back the same year, but just we didn't click that well, so done with that friendship. And then after that, like 7th, 8th, like middle school, high school, my friendship got more stable and no one was moving away, so I changed that pattern. That pattern did not exist anymore. Oh, okay, I want to share some positive patterns that I have created. So journaling every day, meditating in the mornings, that's what I've created, saying positive affirmations, I do that every day, daily. Oh yeah, when someone compliments me, I don't try to deny it, okay? That's a good pattern to create. When someone compliments you, you don't say, babe, not really. Oh, you don't try to downgrade yourself. You say, oh, thank you. Yes, I know. And then you expand on that. You expand on that compliment. Like, yes, I know. Like, if someone says you're so smart, I'm like, yeah, I know. I mean, okay, you don't want to sound arrogant. Conscious confidence. So, oh wait, yeah. If someone compliments your hair, you're like, oh, your hair looks so good. Oh, thank you. Yes, I actually spent extra time working on it, and or like, no, it was just effortless. It always looks like that. Oh, like, okay, you don't want to sound like a mean brat, but okay, but just like very nicely, like expanding on the, in a loving way, expand on that compliment. Whenever someone compliments you, you just say, oh my god, thank you, yes, I know, like simply. Okay, that's a good pattern to have. So when someone compliments you, accept the compliment. Okay, that's like your love reflecting onto the outer reality, so you can reflect it more onto yourself. Another good pattern is not affirming what you don't want. Okay, and I see this a lot. A lot of you guys better not do this anymore. Okay, I swear. So especially when talking about money, that's like like, you better not say. I'm not gonna even say it honestly, because I really don't even want to say those words. But saying that you are BROKE, okay, whenever you say that, whenever you're around like something you want to buy or something you say, you're like, oh, like that's such a common culture. Okay, I see around me, especially in like some of my friendships, that they always say, like, oh, they always talk about money and the lack of it. Okay, you're not gonna say that anymore. You're always gonna say how much money you have and how you can afford everything you want, and how everything is always easily to afford. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Money is so easy. I always get money. People pay me. People love to pay me. I always get paid easily. Like, money is so natural. It's so around me. I love money. Money is so easy to come by. Like, I love it. We're gonna break the cycle of money. Especially, I'm so good at getting money. I can afford anything I want. I can always afford. I'm rich. I can get anything I want. Like, that's the mindset that we're going through. That's a positive pattern you should incorporate into your life just by speaking your words, because you don't realize what you're saying sometimes. Like, even if you don't try to fit in, okay? And I'm talking to you, myself, and all you selves out there. Don't try to fit in by saying stuff because you just want to seem relatable. Actually, don't say stuff that just because you want to be relatable. Like, say stuff that you want to attract into your life. Like, do you want the lack of money, huh? Do you? No, so don't say it. Don't say that. Don't. And if people can't stand you saying good things about your life, then maybe they're not for you. Maybe they can't stand that. Maybe it's triggering them, so they need to work on themselves and their language on what they say. So you keep saying what you want in your reality, because it's yours. You're creating it. It's not like someone else is creating it for you. They're just because you relate to them, okay? So they can keep affirming that for their reality, but you're affirming yours. So what you want in it. Anyways, I hope this video helped you with discovering maybe some patterns that you've just realized right now, and maybe patterns that you want to add into your life, new fun patterns. Maybe you just want to embody the version you want to be. So you just let go of it all. You don't even need to like focus on specific patterns, but maybe there's a specific pattern that's been bugging you in your life. So now you can go and become aware and just rewrite it and affirm it and become it. So that's all I want to say for today. You are enough. You deserve the best, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.